Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of 214H Enjoyers, which I think this is the 8th episode, and this is actually a sort of special episode. As you can see, I don't have my usual two partners with me. So would you all introduce yourself real quick? Wii Sports?
Oh geez, I'm going first. Hi, I'm Wii Sports. In reference to this episode, I suppose I'm the OEG team lead for the FGC. We did an event for Share Love, and I ran a few things, including the mystery.
Alright. Tibbers?
Hi, I'm Texas Tibbers, and I am one of the co-owners of Odin's Eye Gaming.
Alright, next up, Westy?
Hey, I'm Westfield, and I am also one of the co-owners of Odin's Eye Gaming.
Amazing, and now last but not least, Pariah, you got anything to say?
Hello, I'm Pariah Docs. I am the head of the FGC division and a co-owner of Odin's Eye Gaming, and a cool guy.
Yeah, cool guy. So, Share Love just ended like, 2-3 days ago, the 16th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard you talked about the mystery bracket, and the event you hosted. Could you tell me something about it?
Like, how much do you need to know?
How much you're willing to share, man?
Where do you want me to start?
I think, the mystery bracket would be a good start.
Where do you want me to start with the mystery bracket?
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'll just go off.
Yeah.
Okay? The mystery bracket is probably like one of the harder things I ever have to plan. I enjoy doing it. We did it for Pride, and I remember during Pride, I don't remember why I brought up the mystery bracket. We were already planning, like, I wanted to do a mystery bracket for something, and then we ended up going with Pride, and I was like, let me fit this in there. So how I see the mystery bracket is that you have to kind of plan it out in 3 stages. There's the brainstorming phase. That's where you gather all your games. I have 2 amazing people I work with, Ash and Moga. We all try and contribute. We all just throw a bunch of ideas as to what we can do. And then after that, and that takes I'm talking 3 months in advance we're starting to do this. I think we started planning for the mystery bracket in November. After that is the testing phase. Definitely for Share Love, we kind of rushed the testing phase because Frosty's now, and we were all at Frosty's. But after that, I was kind of we have a little group chat, and we literally talked about food for a month and a half. Oh, what are we gonna eat at Frosty's? And I hate to say, I don't think a single one of those plans happened. So testing involves making sure all your games work. If you can have I remember for the Pride FGC, we wanted to do a bunch of Dreamcast games, but for some reason, Dreamcast games on Fightcade were not working. As far as spectating, and they were kind of weird. I can't actually challenge people on Dreamcast and Fightcade. That's still a problem for me. See me in CVS too. And then after that is the finalization phase. This is where we build. These are the games that are going to go into these pools, and we're going to go through one more round of testing and make sure everything works. We're going to make sure Spectator works. Yeah. So that's how you build a mystery bracket. So for this one, I was like, I want to run one soon. Share Love is coming up. I think I started planning for Share Love right after Extra Life, and I know Tibbers wants me to do a mystery bracket every fucking month.
Bro, you're gonna kill Wii. It's not gonna survive.
I'm gonna be so for real with you. That's not gonna happen. It might be every cool event we do. I can probably throw one together.
Hey, we can dream, all right.
No, for sure. But I had the idea of the mystery derby, right? Because I'm watching a lot of Uma Musume, and I was like, a derby is a competition. That's really funny. Let me make the mystery derby, and then I can make a bunch of horse puns. And Tibbers fucking jumped on that immediately. And like, by like the end of November, I had like all the art assets done. We were getting like the fonts found. All the branding was like pretty much like, it wasn't exactly ready to go because there were a few more things we did closer to the event, but it was like, it was all there. And I was like, oh fuck, I have to make this fucking awesome, huh? So, I felt a little bad about rushing it, but I remember near the end I was like, we were playing like Fortune Street or some shit on Parsec, like me and a bunch of people, and I was like, yo, we should try and find a way to get Parsec in there. And we managed that. We made it work. We had Quap on stream, which was a mistake. We had Worms Armageddon Grand Finals. We had fucking Super Monkey. Ash was like, I want to do Super Monkey Ball, like a best of 5 going to the mini games. And I was like, okay, is it gonna take long? And she was like, no. And then it took a lot of time, but it was actually the most fun part of the event. So,
Yeah, like I remember, like I came home like really tired that day, and I was decided to, oh, we's hosting a mystery back, and let me check out. And then I just saw like the most goofy monkey balls on the screen, and I was so confused.
Which one was it? Billiards or was it like
No,
was it monkey fight?
It was like you guys were trying to knock each other out of the.
Yeah, that's monkey fight.
Yeah. I was like, what is going on right now?
Really fun event to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it ended up working out way better. We had like a big hiccup in round 1 because a game that we thought would work fine just like didn't work on half the people's PCs. We were like, go to Street Fighter 2 Rainbow or some shit. I don't care.
Yeah. So that was like one of the events that we OEG held. So wait, I remember hearing this from Praya that this whole original Share Love idea was from you, Tibbs. Yeah, I remember. Like
I always call it a group effort.
Yeah, so like how did this like originally came to place?
Yeah, for sure. So OEG has been an org since about 2018, and we really started with Extra Life, which is a Children's Miracle Network hospitals charity that we do every year in November, and we loved it. It was everything that we wanted and more, and of course we ended up wanting more. So we dipped our toes into suicide prevention and Alzheimer's and dementia and a couple other things, but a cause that we really cared about as an org and in our community is domestic violence survivors and giving back to that cause. So as the group of owners, we didn't really find anything that that really supported gamers and giving back to that cause. So we just decided to create our own. And so Share Love is a cause that not only can multiple streamers and people from different communities just join in and normalize the conversation and sort of give back by giving time. It's not necessarily all about the money, but we really wanted to make it like everyone coming together and playing games. And so unlike Extra Life where you've got like marathoners and solo streamers, Share Love is really about hosting events for the community that people can join in and laugh and have fun while also sort of talking about it. And we chose February for obvious reasons, with it being close to Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day historically with domestic violence survivors is not always a positive time of year. And it's also hard because there's a lot of social stigma around that time of year with it being love and social expectations around romantic relationships, and so we just want to turn a positive spin on that. And one of our main charities is the Family Place, is where majority of our donations go to, but we do have for Paradox and what he likes to incorporate with his type of events and streams, like crowd control, we have Tiltify set up to go to other various like domestic violence orgs, and we love it. So Yeah, it really is just like we keep finding more ways to give back, and game with a purpose is our slogan, and it really like shows in a lot of these events.
Yeah, and the Tiltify thing, there's a QR code on screen right now if you guys if you want to donate for the cause. I don't know when you're gonna hear this or see this, but yeah, there's a link in the description and a QR code on screen that you can scan. And
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
So, are there any events you guys hosted that you guys liked, or like one of your favorite events that you guys?
Yeah, the Mystery Derby.
Mystery Derby is pretty cool. I was actually really salty I didn't get to participate because we were having internet issues.
I was so mad about that.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
This year for me, oh man, one of the events I hosted was a simulated sealed event for the One Piece trading card game, and it was incredibly scuffed. I got like 90% of the way there in my prep, and that last 10% really came back and kicked me in the butt when I was hoping it wouldn't. But at the same time, it was a really, really great time. We raised a good chunk of money with my friends buying packs from my sketchy RP card dealership, and
Yeah.
was-
Can I interject real quick?
yeah.
Yeah. What are you
Oh no.
Dude,
Poor
fuck
Wee.
off. Let me interject. What are you free, Pariah?
What's up? Hey, I can.
Yeah, I'm net decking the fuck out of you next time.
Okay, hey.
coming back.
I'm glad
Alright.
to hear that there's gonna be a next time for you, Wee. I'm excited.
Dude, I'm mad as hell. And if I'm mad as hell, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
There
The
we
people that
go.
were there made it even better. Speaking of we being mad as hell and is going to win, we did our bro versus bro this year, which was Wee's idea, and it was a ton of fun. I usually have a couple of hey, just me and one person. A couple years ago, me and Westy did one of my favorite events, which was the Himbo Husbando Hoedown or something like that. Himbo Husbando Hustle. Sorry, that's what it was. We played. It was Strive and Exerd that we played. I think.
Yeah.
I remember
We
that.
played
You did,
the
like,
same
Strive,
characters.
Exerd. Did you play another game? You didn't play Plus.
Let's Strive and Exerd, but we played we each picked our male characters in the game. So I played Faust. We would 1v1 Faust versus Leo and Strive, and then play Faust versus Leo and Exerd, and it was a total blast.
I can't believe you picked Faust.
I think for me, my favorite event every year is one that Timbers puts on, which is the Who Can Win My Heart event. Last year, we got to have people try to win Pariah's heart, which all the contestants get asked various questions that they get to answer in their own kind of unique ways and find out more about their personality. And then at the end, Pariah decides who gave the best answers, and they get to go on a 1 hour quote-unquote date to go play some video games together. And this year, we got to have Skyfer jump in the hot seat for the Who Can Win Their Heart, and that was a lot of fun. I think people gave some really creative, fun answers, and it's usually a goofy time. And Timbers always does a great job acting as the host.
I know, Westfield. You did the League Olympics. That was super successful, right?
Yeah, I did. I can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Feel free.
I got this idea recently because they added the practice tool. You can now have up to 10 people in it, which means you can set up all kinds of goofy, crazy mini games and party games inside of the League of Legends client now, which I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. And I saw a couple posted on Twitter that looked really fun. So I stole a bunch of those, and I stole some from the LCS, and then I created a couple of my own and put my own spin on it. And I really wanted an opportunity for some, because we do a lot of stuff with our competitive league players. I wanted an opportunity that anyone who has even a mild interest in League or knows the basics could hop in and play and have a good time. And it wouldn't really, whether you were a Grandmaster or, Iron, you would have a relatively fair playing field. So that part was really fun. It was a bunch of goofy mini games. There was a racing game. There was a jump rope game. and so a couple of like dodge the skill shot events and stuff like that. We played red light, green light.
Red light, green
yeah,
light,
so-
League?
Yeah, with Cassiopeia ult. It was pretty fun. We had some really cool moments that came out of that too, like a photo finish for one of the kind of race style events, and people could donate money to cheat. So people were donating a bunch of money to charity to cheat at all the mini games, which was really fun. So we raised a bunch of money for that. But yeah, it was a blast. We're always looking for more people to kind of get involved in the league scene with OEG and stuff too. So it's kind of a dual purpose with that as well.
Yeah, and now about like the top of league and some in the way not like so fighting game related stuff. I got a quick question for Tibbers and Pariah. So, what is up with this whole Marvel rival thing? I know you guys hosted like a really long event that lasted till 3 a.m. I don't know.
Yeah, so we did a couple of Marvel Rivals events. Obviously, Marvel Rivals is really happening right now. The game is a ton of fun. I missed out on all the Overwatch craze, even though I knew it would take over my life if I ever played it. And finally convinced Tibbers, thanks to the presence of Squirrel Girl, to boot up Marvel Rivals. And we've always been like, obviously one of our main focuses is like fighting game and fighting game centric stuff, fighting game events and tournaments and stuff, which we had. Overall, we had 2 Marvel Rivals events in Share Love. We also had 2 fighting game brackets, and 3 if you count the Mystery Derby. All right,
that's a bracket for sure.
So we definitely we have our own interests, our own games of the month outside of like fighting game stuff as well. I primarily do fighting game stuff. My hitbox magically fixed itself overnight, which is awesome.
Did it really?
Yeah, it just started working again.
Alright, we take those.
But Marvel Rivals, it's a big thing, and it's something that we're having a lot of fun with, and it's something for me, most importantly, like it's something that my friends are playing, right? And it's something Tibbers and Westfield are my roommates, and the fact that they're playing the game means that like I'm 99% more likely to play the game. We've gone through different kicks with like Rust and Rainbow Six Siege and League and all these other games that usually come in and they'll come and go and stuff like that. And I mean, like we mentioned with the League stuff, we are more than just a fighting game org. We are definitely an org that wants to get our feet wet in the League of Legends scene. We had a League team last year that was competing and doing well, and we were having a blast with, and wanting to get our feet wet in like the first-person shooter scene. And we've been over time kind of like, hey, what from the members of the team that we already have, what kind of first-person shooters are people actually interested in? We've got a couple like Valorant players, we've got a couple Overwatch players, we've got a couple Rainbow Six Siege players, but not really enough to field the whole team. But with Marvel Rivals, I think its popularity, and specifically its popularity in the fighting game community, has been really cool and enabled us to be like, hey, we want to like put together a real event for this, or we want to throw together a team and try to enter the TNS bracket or whatever it is. Kind of coming up for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Pariah's got it like on point. Like with most gamers, you have your games that are like home to you, and whether that's League of Legends or Counter-Strike or Valorant or Dota 2, it really is like, oh yeah, that's my home, but there's always a flavor of the month. And so with OEG, we try to mimic that in a healthy way, where we're always going to have fighting game tournaments. We're always going to be having League of Legends. At the first of every year, we'll have an FPS or competitive like esports tournament that's outside of what we normally do. For our charity events, we encourage our streamers to have interactive like community games like Lethal Company or Jack Fox game or Among Us, like those group party games. But sometimes it really is like, hey, this game is really hot right now and we want to facilitate our community like living their best lives, and Marvel Rivals is that right now, but like they've said, Rust used to be that too. So it just depends. And we like to support the dev teams and the creators and companies that we think are really, putting out good content and giving back to the community in some way. So like one of those companies that we really like is Riot Games. So when 2XKO comes out, you can guarantee that we ran an event with the beta, so we're really looking forward to when 2XKO releases.
Yeah, and you just said something about like those community like events, like Lethal Company and that kind of shit. I remember we had a event called the
Archipelago.
Yeah, Archipelago. I can't speak English. I'm sorry.
You're good.
You're perfect.
A hard word.
So what is that event like? I wasn't able to participate in it because the time didn't really add up. Could you tell me about it?
Oh,
Pariah!
I can explain it.
I would love to hear we explain. This is one of my favorite events. This is one that I request comes back every year.
So I remember last year we were talking about Extra Life. Or not Extra, we were talking about Share Life. And we were talking about planning for it. And I remember I was like, oh, I could do like a Link to the Past random event because I was kind of heavy into that at the time. Like I was just on my 30s, just doing like random runs all of the time. Squanto was like, hey, there's this thing called Archipelago. Do you want to try it? And I'm like, well, what the hell is Archipelago? Archipelago is basically it links up, it puts up a server, right? You can think of it as like a host server. And then from that server, you can connect to multiple different games. Like, I wasn't in it this year, but I think Pariah, you did Yoshi's Island. Someone did Ocarina of Time, right?
I believe so, yeah. I did unfortunately have to drop out of the Archipelago.
Wait,
this
okay,
year,
What the hell?
As in the Zelda game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like last year I did Link to the Past, and I think Pariah did Subnautica.
I did Subnautica last year, yeah.
I did Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft. We had Outer Wilds on Squato's end. We had like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, like a bunch of shit, like whatever you can name. They have old school RuneScape in that now. You know that? I want to do an old school RuneScape run. But I have to keep going. And it randomizes all of the item drops, right? So like it's kind of hard to explain. Every game has its own rules. But let's say Zelda, right? Zelda, every chest is going to have a different item than what it's supposed to have. Or sometimes it will have exactly what it's supposed to have, but that's like incredibly rare. It randomizes every single drop. And then Archipelago will mix those drops between the games. So like for example, I had a big issue last year where Westfield had my lantern.
In Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he had my lantern.
So the randomizer randomizes between games. So for instance, you would open a chest in Zelda that would normally have the Master Sword in it, right? I know the Master Sword's not in the chest. I'm being a bit for comedic effect. You open up a chest that would normally have the Master Sword in it, but instead it has your Sea Glide in Subnautica. So when we opens that chest, I get a notification and the Sea Glide gets added to my inventory.
Yeah, like it sends a signal to the server. The server says this item was found, and then it communicates to Pariah's game. Yes, I'm gonna get that item, and it just gives it to him.
It's a really, really cool system. So in this situation, we was waiting on a single item that didn't make the game impossible to beat, but was basically impossible to beat without the lantern, right? And it was locked behind, I think, the hardest achievement for Westfield to get in Minecraft, or like didn't have the right tools or something.
And here's
So I
what
was
fucking
racing through
happened.
Minecraft to try and find the unlock that when I unlocked the lantern for Wii so he could finish his game. And so all these like 6 or 7 games are all like playing at the same time where like the various stuff you might be getting or unlocking or adding to your inventory is dependent on how other people are progressing in their games.
And here's what happened. I did not get my lantern until I was at the final boss killing Ganon. I had to clutch up, or else I would be there until literally like 1 a.m. It was a lot of fun. It's a very community-driven event. I think it like shows the purpose of Share Live very well. Like we're all coming together. We're all trying to work towards a single goal.
Yeah. So was there any like this kind of moments that happened this year?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, you were.
Unfortunately, I don't
from
think
what
any of us got a chance to play in the archipelago this time, but we had a whole bunch of other people that were.
From what I heard about the archipelago, it actually went super smoothly this year. They've had a lot more experience playing archipelago. And I think that the big achievement being that almost everyone actually completed their games, which is huge. The only two that had to bail out were the Pokemon players, because it like kept hard resetting their game and losing on their save progress, which was really, really rough. And that was just a problem with the completely legal Nintendo Game Boys that they were playing on.
It's an overclocked Game Boy.
Yeah. And that just happens sometimes, but it sounded like it went super smoothly. Everyone had a blast. Archipelagos are a really, really fun thing. I don't know. There's something special about archipelago runs, I think.
So do you all just like sit in a massive VC, or?
There's usually some people who will split off into their own VC. You don't have to be in a VC together to play it at all. And sometimes, obviously, big VCs can get a little overwhelming. So some people will just refrain from being in VC, but they'll still be there for the event, which is awesome.
Yeah, so
we'll split off into smaller groups and stuff.
I think I was in one for Extra Life, but like during the whole thing, I basically like full muted and just like talked to the chat, because Extra Life is like my. I just like to disconnect during Extra Life a lot. It's very, very comforting to me to be able to like play some game from 1998 and be like, I love this game. I played through this game 7 times as a kid.
Yeah, I saw you on RuneScape for like 5 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, I was doing Dragon Slayer 2, and that shit took me 6 hours.
Oh, 6? I'm actually really curious on the thing right now, because I saw a clip that Pariah posted today. What is up with the cooking and the meat sauce?
Oh yeah, so we did a cooking stream this year. For those who don't know, I've been on a cooking kick recently, trying to be better about being a human being and all that. And so I've been on a lot of like cooking TikTok and stuff like that. And that clip was mostly just kind of an example of what our cooking kickoff stream was this year. Last year we did a VR rave that Timbers put on. It was amazing. This year was a little bit more intimate with the cooking stream, but we ended up spicing it up at the very end with basically doing a challenge mode of cooking where Timbers couldn't talk the whole night. Westfield couldn't see anything, and I couldn't hear anything. So that's why I'm yelling in the clip. So like Westfield is like doing something, putting drinks together, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, that guy doing his thing, yeah. And like it was just a very, very fun event, and it had its stresses for sure, but we made some delicious pizza that was actually a banger, and it was a fun way to like kick off the thing. But the I forget exactly what the clip was. There wasn't really any context with the clip. Of mostly just like trying to capture that like frustration of Timbers trying to communicate with me while I'm screaming and she can't talk.
Meanwhile, I'm bumping into things and knocking things over while I'm blindfolded the whole time.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, wait, how? That does not sound safe at all.
I had 2 other lovely helpers helping me not hurt anyone or anything, and it worked out pretty good. So we didn't have any knives involved.
Yeah,
they chose carefully who got what.
No, I honestly feel like I was the perfect person to not be talking, and I think that Pariah was the perfect person to not be hearing, and Westy the perfect person to not be seeing. I think it worked out for the best. It wasn't as frustrating as I thought it would be. But it was pretty chill, honestly. It was a good event. We do a lot of stuff for our charity events that intentionally cause like emotional distress or harm sometimes to our gamers and streamers. We'll do like massacre or like challenge modes and milestones, and you dress up and you do your makeup, and like this person's gonna wear a maid costume, this person's gonna dance in a shark outfit. Like it's there's so many things that I feel like I've been doing it for long enough that it's for charity, you know.
I'll do anything for charity, you know.
We'll do anything for charity, and that will keep you in good spirits, you know. If you know that it's for like a good cause and a good reason, you could put me through hell and back, and I would be fine.
Yeah, well, so here's another thing I kind of want Pariah to share his opinion on about. There was a really big bracket that happened during Share Love.
Yeah.
So what was it like in your chair running the bracket?
I mean, I gotta give an incredible, huge shout out to my awesome TOs, including Leavc, who stepped up and showed out that day. It's one of those things where I'm the kind of person that will make it work no matter who actually shows up, right? Like, if I had 0 TOs that night, I would have been completely miserable, but I would have made it work. But I'm very grateful to have my awesome TO team who does show up and can keep control of the hordes on that day. But we did a duo Guilty Gear Strive bracket. We'd already done a duo Grand Blue bracket earlier in the week, so we had a little bit of an idea of what to expect as far as some of the timing and stuff goes. We ended up having 40 teams showing up, which is 80 players, which is bigger than like the majority of brackets that we run normally, right? Like we have brackets that get up there for sure, but 80 players is an incredible amount of players. And then you also accounting for the fact that each one of the matches is going to be potentially, if you were to like just play quote unquote vanilla, right? It could be 3 first to 3s in a single game. So if you're like trying to stream all of top 8 and like do stuff like that, it just gets, the time frame goes from being like just a couple of hours to being like 8 hours that we're looking at of Guilty Gear Strive. And I've had that experience before. One of our first, I'm very careful about when we do brackets for charity, because one of our first Extra Lives, I had the unfortunate cause of dragging Wii Sports along for probably, I assume, their worst bracket experience they've ever had in their life.
What do you mean?
Wait,
don't remember
could you tell me about it? I'm kind of curious now.
I do. I actually look back on that actually very fondly. That was a lot of fun.
Oh.
It was good, and very good in retrospect. In the moment, though, that was early on when we like didn't even realize that double bracketing was a thing, and we had like 30-minute delays on multiple matches. We were there forever.
And that wasn't a duo bracket, just to be clear.
That was just a
regular ass bracket.
That was like
literally, I
last year's
think 6.5 hours. It was the one.
It was about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because it was top 8, it just kept being delayed, and then it was like I was doing some like promo or like $10 versus 3B, so I was like, all right, do we have a delay? Throw me in, I guess.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
So ever since that experience, especially with charity events, I'm very careful about like, hey, I have to make sure that we're running in a very tight time frame and like we're making it happen. We're not running long, because I know in the moment I'll be like, it's for charity, we can run long. I don't need to sleep that much tonight, whatever, right? And so I made sure to make a lot of adjustments to the format of like, hey, we're only running first to 2, we're only running about half of the games up until top 3, and we're only like streaming top 6, right? As far as like matches that are guaranteed on stream, to make sure that it stayed as controlled as possible. Round 1 is always a nightmare in those tournaments because people are just kind of feeling it out, getting used to the format, and usually after that it evens out a decent chunk, and then by the time we hit like top 8 or top 6, it's relatively easy to just handle and let my TOs go to bed for the night.
So, but how long did that bracket go? Because I had to like go to sleep before the bracket ended.
That ended up being, I want to say, hold on, I can look it up exactly if you give me 2 seconds. I want to say that it ended up being about like 4 hours-ish, which is about the runtime of a long FNF, which is totally fine for me. It was 4 hours and 2 minutes right on the nose. So yeah, a long FNF, like my average Fight 6 and Flash kicks on Thursdays, on the plug, but is usually about 3.5 hours. I'm usually out of the booth by like 11 or whatever. We were there until 11:30 Central Time. So it was one of those things where it's like, I know our tournament starts a little bit later than some other tournaments. We do that intentionally just to try to get. We are one of the few tournaments that gives people on the West Coast the opportunity to work a work day and then also come play in a tournament afterwards, even though they're having to get in really early. And so we do start a little bit later than other tournaments, but you know we try to keep it as snappy as possible.
Yeah, but for like the East Coast, it goes till like 12.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's the U.S. or North America in general is just so huge, you just literally can't win, right?
Yeah. So for these charity events, I remember we also have another like, what's it called? Shit. Pride FGC.
Pride FGC.
Yeah. Could you tell like, anyone I don't, could you like tell me about it also? Like.
Raya, how did Pride FGC come about?
I mean, I don't even remember when we first started talking about Pride FGC.
I thought you guys talked about it like right after Combo Breaker.
So
yeah, we
came together really quickly.
We had spent a lot of the year going to offline majors, which is, you know, obviously highly recommended if you can afford it and are in the FGC. They're incredible experiences. But we spent a lot of time going to these offline majors, and we were, you know, me and Tibbers are both event planners at heart. And so we were looking at these, we were like, you know, we could do this. Like, this isn't that bad. The only thing is, like, I don't want to spend, you know, $300,000 renting out a venue, buying equipment, doing all of that stuff, right? How can we do this kind of experience and have this kind of like magic that these events are, but bring it to our space and our online space? And that's kind of what our goal was to get that as much of the major experience.
Okay, so yeah, boy Leavc had a major fuck up because he apparently somehow stopped recording in the OBS, and so you guys are about to hear a massive skip. Yeah, that was about 4 minutes, so don't worry, you're gonna hear it soon.
Been at like anime raves and done all that jazz, and I've also dressed up as specific characters for charity milestones.
Wait, holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait. No. Something bad just happened here.
Oh?
Something extremely bad just happened here. What the fuck?
What happened?
Bro, I just lost. I somehow just lost the past. Okay, that's not that long. 4 minutes of recording.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That's not too bad.
Understandable. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad you caught it.
My heart skipped a beat. My heart skipped a beat. My heart legit skipped a beat. I checked on my OBS and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh no.
Anyways. Oh, you know, I should. I'm gonna just.
Yeah, take a breath.
Yeah,
do you know where we last left off?
1 sec. Let me see.
Yeah, take your time.
4 minutes and we're yappers, so you can probably do like the last 2 questions.
Yeah, let me see. Oh yeah. Okay, we left off at Raya yapping
Good.
about the what's it called? The Pride FGC.
Okay.
Anyways, nothing happens. Don't worry. We're cool here. And there's no scuffness. We're professionals. Yeah, totally.
Okay, that's okay. Bad things happen on occasion. I can make the wrap up of that last question pretty quick and easy. Pride FGC was an awesome experience, and having that major experience on an online space was a unique idea that surprisingly few people have really done in the FGC, which I think is cool. And it was a total blast. We had a bunch of different orgs at the event who were hosting different tournaments and stuff like that, bringing their own teams of TOs into it, as well as all of the panelists and cosplayers and stuff that were going into it. It was just an amazing experience. We're super excited to do it again, and obviously like raising money for a great cause at the same time.
Yeah, so we're about to have a really weird deja vu experience. So Tibbers, I saw it on your Twitter that you had a cosplay thing. Could you tell me more about that? Like, I wasn't really able to like look on the Twitch.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Normally with charity events and stuff like that, I try to set my milestones to accommodate for all sorts of people. So sometimes I take ice baths, or if I hit a certain milestone, I will be in a 7-foot bear costume in the middle of downtown Dallas. Who knows? But for this particular event, actually for the previous event, I also had a cosplay incentive, and I ended up in a Bulma bunny suit. So this one, I've been a lot of things. I dress up a lot, and I have a couple that have not reached the light of day yet. And so my incentive was I would release a new cosplay to the world if I hit $150. And lo and behold, pretty soon I might have not just one, but 2 being released to the world.
Oh,
So,
that's nice. Do you mind if I put
excited.
some of the pictures on screen? Or...
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been a little bit of everything. From Pokemon to anime characters to Disney characters. I do eventually I would like to have my own Guilty Gear character cosplay, but I might be holding out for Pride FGC to keep that as an incentive or something like that. Maybe a major, who knows?
Really excited to see that. Really excited. The Scuffdus has still like taken. Yeah, but okay. So one of my favorite events that happened, and I was able to watch it as it happened, is the Skyfer. Can you win your Skyfer's heart? So, wait, Tibbers, how did you originally came up with that idea? Because that was one of my favorite events.
So as you know, the OEG team is full of adorable, smart, funny, kind-hearted humans. And it is like we have a monopoly, I feel like, on the FGC space. And I think so highly of our players and of the people on our team that I just want... I'm always surprised when they're single, and I'm always surprised, like, how are they not busy every single day, you know? And I go to majors, and I see a couple of people, they're like, oh, we sports! Oh, pariah! And they, like, take pictures with them, and, like, it's adorable, but I never see the follow-through. And so for Valentine's Day, knowing that Pariah was single last year, I was like, we're gonna sell this man off for charity. I think that a lot of people would show up and compete for just like 2 hours of their time, right? And then we can make a whole thing out of it. Like, I think that Pariah's got a great online and offline personality, and so when I originally like built out the like game show in its entirety, I was like, oh, this not only does it have to be the person that is being like fought for, but it also has to be the participants. They've got to be able to show up and answer questions on the spot and have that sort of humor and make it happen. And lo and behold, of course, everyone at FGC is hilarious. So it was very, very easy to reproduce again this year. And I mean, a lot of people voluntold themselves. They're like, I'm next, choose me. You know, I'll people will compete to win my heart. And out of that list
we're all
of people,
single.
out of that list of people, Skyfer, I think, really just like cream of the crop. Like, great human being, super funny, very approachable, and a lot of people wanted to show up and for the cause, but also for Skyfer. So it's really just a stand-up comedy improv segment, and I love every second of it. I'm
Yeah,
very lucky to be the host. I'm not gonna lie.
Do we have any clips of it I can put on, or?
I've got some that I can give to you at a later time. I know that I've got a big highlight of the event if you want me to pull that for you, but it's not necessarily a clip.
Oh yeah, it's
I
fine.
can show you.
So, was there any like moments you guys any moments in any events you guys want to share? Like really cool moments, the monkey balls, anything?
I mean, so we put co-op on for losers top 8.
The shame. The who did it voice.
Who did it? I won't reveal whose idea it was. If you watch the VOD, it's on my channel. Go check it out. We Sports. I don't think that's my YouTube channel, but that's okay. If you watch the VOD, our initial idea was like, okay, no one is gonna get very far past like 20. So like 10 attempts, first to one. If you go over 20, that's your final try. Like you can't do it again. Like hard rule on that. So we went with it, and the first game, someone figures out the snail method. Do you know what the snail method is?
No, talk to me about it. Talk to me about
The snail method is when you get your guy. Do you know what quap is? Can we go that far back? Do you know what quap is?
Yeah, I can put a image on screen.
Okay, so the snail method is when you get your guy in such a position that you can move him forward with your back leg, and then keep your balance with your front leg, and then just complete the entire course from there. So both people did that. And it ended up, I think the score was 99.7 to 99.3. But the issue is, I think it was actually a 20-minute set or something ridiculous. Each person had to do it for 10 minutes, and those motherfuckers were locked in. I wasn't gonna stop them and say play a different game. For the other losers top 8 game, we actually did change the game. We did helicopter, which is much quicker. For the bro versus bro, playing Isaac was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with Isaac.
Playing Isaac was really sick.
I haven't played that game in 7-8 years. So coming back to it and being oh well, I can do this. I got pretty far, but Pride beat me. Pride's better at that game. But I definitely made it closer than he thought it'd be.
I think for me, this is a bit of a cop-out answer, but my favorite moment, I think, from all of Share Love was the moment that I realized just how many people from not only inside our org, but also outside our org had joined up to either participate in events or put on their own events or even just stream for the cause. We had so many people show up, and it shouldn't be surprising at this point, but it always does surprise me a little bit, and definitely motivates me to well, if this many people are out there working hard, then that means we have to go on to the set up the next event and do it even better and have even more people show up because the community cares about it.
Yeah, it was definitely really. The one thing that really surprised me about that was having 40 teams in the Share Love bracket.
Both the Share Love brackets were really big.
Yeah.
Bracket was probably the biggest bracket we've had.
I'm sitting here opening up start.gg saying okay, this should be fine. There's nothing, and I just the shock that comes through when I see 20 teams, 40 teams, 30 participants, 80. Absolutely insane. So, Tibbers, is there any moments you were really memorable?
Gosh. You know, I thought that the cooking stream was a super fun way to kick it off this year. Every year we find unique ways to kick off our events. I think it was super fun. I think that Skyfer's Heart was really good. I think the brackets went fantastic. I wanna give it up because I, as a viewer, really enjoyed watching some of our marathon folks. So like Ion Gravity Beam doing their marathon, that was super entertaining. Daniel Saz did a 24-hour marathon. Skyfer did a multi-day marathon.
I don't know. It was like every 3D Sonic, right?
Oh yeah, he played every Sonic
that,
game.
like,
I think he played every single
What
Sonic game.
happened? I have to go back and watch the VOD because like how do you do that in a weekend? There's so many.
It was
I know there were
so...
two that he was missing, and he was so worried because he was trying to acquire the CDs for them online and was having some trouble. Got some concerning pop-ups in the process. It called me in a panic. It was just like, I don't know. I can buy them online, but I don't have a Blu-ray player. And like, I don't know. I went to this website and it sent me this sketchy pop-up, and now I don't know if I'm even okay. And just like, I was like, all right, listen, it's okay to not play 2 of the Sonic games. And I think he ended up skipping them out. I don't know which ones they were, but he ended up skipping 2 of them, and he will probably have to come back and play them eventually. But I always gotta shout out Skyfer for like his bit during like Share Love and stuff is he has the most out of this world like donation goals. The first year that we brought on Daniel Saz did their extra live stream, and they were so excited. They were so excited to join in for this charity 24-hour stream thing. And so they set a bunch of donation goals, as we like kind of talked about, but all their donation goals were more 24-hour streams. So by the end of Extra Life that year, Daniel had raised like $800 and had literally 12 more 24-hour streams to do. As donation incentives. And so they kind of took that idea, and Skyfer, I think it was last year for Share Love, Skyfer was like, okay, the last weekend of Share Love, I'm going to play through the entire FNAF series, which I've never played through before. And so obviously that's a lot of gaming, right? But also, if you show up to my stream and donate $50, I'll restart the whole thing. Like, Skyfer, don't do this to yourself. And he's just like, nah, this is gonna get him. These suckers think they're just gonna get away paying $50 for this. I got them already.
I remember like Skyfer like did still do that. Like I'm not sure. It was like let me see, $50 to restart the game from beginning, $100 to continue the rest of the run and worse graphics, $30 to play the rest of the game on keyboard and mouse, and $50 pause the run a first to 5. Like, dude,
it's always awesome. It's so cool seeing that enthusiasm too.
Yeah. And sorry, Tibers, what were you saying?
No, I it's like low-key I love watching those. And there was a couple other streamers this year. Ren killed it, Yuffie killed it. Like there were so many good, like even we picked up an extra stream. Like don't let that
Yeah.
We's like, I'll just do one event, then I'll TO for this event. Now I'm just gonna stream 2 more times. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait.
I did. What did I do? I did the Mystery Derby. Yep. I did Bro versus Bro. I did commentary for Grand Blue.
And you were there for the One Piece event.
I was there for the One Piece event.
Monster Hunter speedrun.
What was it? Monster Hunter speedrun. I was in 6MF. And then I did 2 solo RuneScape streams for fun.
Hell
yeah. So I love watching them just like giggle and have fun and like stream and do their thing. And I was gonna mention the next one is 6MF. I love this event so much. It's chaos incarnate. It is like all of the hype in the world and all of the goofiness in the world put into a single VC. And I absolutely like love it. I don't know, Pariah, if you want to dive into that event. I know we haven't talked on it yet.
I mean, yeah, so I'll say one of my favorite moments was the majority of for one, I have two big ones I want to shout out. One, getting in Bro versus Bro, getting to play some Neo Turf Masters with my boy Wii
Oh my
Sports.
god.
Always.
Oh,
There
bring
will
it
never be a
up.
time where that is a negative experience for me. It's always a blast. It was really good. I also got to shout out another game that I played Neo Turf Masters in for 6MF, which hold on, is Meta's Mischievous Mashing Massacre Mayhem Monday on a Friday. And we have some events that are about that are very, very much about obviously the charity, right? All the events are a part of the charity. Some of them are very much more about the charity and more themed around it, and some of them are more themed around giving back to kind of our team and our community. I think that Who Can Win Skyfar's Heart is a great example, right? It is raising money for the charity, but it's also about giving back to one of our team members who has just been exceptional this year, right? And 6MF is because one of our good friends, Meta Mischief, has their birthday falls on I think this year it actually fell outside. Yeah, it's the 17th. But like last year it was during our Share Love event, and they came to us and was like, hey, I want you guys to help me like host an event for my birthday. We were like, yes. Can we shoehorn it into our charity event because we're going to be so busy? And it was like, yeah, we'll make this work, it'll be great. And it's really like a giving back to the community kind of day of like, you can really let go, and it's everyone just doing like a gauntlet this year. Every year is a gauntlet of everyone fighting Meta, whether that's Strive or Uni 2, or this year a bunch of random games, and people came out with some incredible random game choices. I don't know what that mech fighter was, the older mech fighter. Yeah, it was incredible, and we watched like multiple people play it, like a meta develop, and it was just a complete blast. And the whole night is just like Tibber said, it's just fun and goofiness, and it's a fantastic time. And I always like to shout that one out.
But those were not my favorite. You asked what my favorite was, so I'm gonna let you know. There's two that haven't been mentioned. Every Share Love, I get to play through a game with my significant other. And it's like usually like 2, 4, 6 hour playthroughs of a game. And this year we played through a 2-hour game. And it's like a puzzle where one screen's seeing one thing and the other person's seeing a different thing. You have to like communicate to each other, and it was like super, super difficult, but like also like super fun at the same time. That was fun. But most importantly, I also got to participate in the Marvel Rivals Nuzlocke event. And that, without a doubt, was my favorite event this year. That was new and exciting, and I think super well done. And I had the most fun in that event because it's just like getting the squad together vibes. I really loved it. And it was one of Pariah's events. I don't know if you want to dive into the rules or not. It was a little complex, but it was really dope.
It was a cool event. The rules were basically just like your standard kind of Pokemon Nuzlocke. I divvied up all of the characters in Marvel Rivals into pairs. So, for instance, like Black Panther and Storm have been romantically involved, so I put them together, and I gave them all like funny names, right? So I put like Captain America and Bucky together, and I made their team name now Kiss, and all these different duos. And then the idea was you go in with these duos of characters, and if you lose the game with your partner, then you Nuzlocke and you lock that duo of characters off. And we ended up doing it with both of us, me, Westfield, and then Tibbers and Slate got together, and we ended up unfortunately griefing a couple of games, I think, but we also had some awesome team members. Jinx and Silkeye showed up to fill for us, which made the process so much easier, because there's only so many like roles of each character in the game, so you're gonna end up with a lot of times where it's like, hey, you have a 4 stack of people in your queue and they're all insta-locking DPS, and you're just like, oh god, what happened? And so we tried to kind of get that together, and It was a total blast. It ended up taking a lot longer. We ended up spending, I think, 9 hours total going through it, which is craziness.
We kept winning.
Because we kept winning.
We did keep winning.
I was like, yeah, we can start it. We can start at 8 and have this done. Hey, it'll be fine. It's Friday. That did not happen. It was a blast for sure, and a good chance to just like play some like not very serious but very thematic Marvel Rivals for the event, which was a lot of fun.
Also, Rivals event was super fun too. It reminded me of the old like Warzone tourneys that we used to host in the Discord. I love that a lot.
And Warzones before?
Yeah, we used to host Warzone tournaments in the OEG Discord, and it was super fun, and you actually like got money out of it. And that was before the FGC stuff really took off.
What? I want to in your pockets.
The basic concept of those Warzone tournaments were like, you know, you would have 2 hours. You wouldn't have like 80 people all in a Warzone thing together, but you would have, you know, however many squads or however many individuals who are signed up for the bracket and quote unquote bracket. And you'd have 2 hours. You'd play as much Warzone as possible, and you'd like get points for your placement, and you get points for like kills and stuff that you would get.
Yeah, you take your top 10 games, and then you submit those 10 games with proof of win, loss, and KDA and placement, and then all of those equal to points.
We did that with Apex, right?
Oh, that's
I think so. Yeah,
I remember that.
I love that.
I had my buddies enter
so much.
Isn't that wait? That's the reason. That's like how the Fight Club thing came. Like, yeah.
First to 10 right now?
No, I will not first to 10 you. I gotta edit this video later.
So, Fight Club, okay. Alright, Fight Club is an event that isn't a community event, but rather it's a team event. So it's just OEG team members. And it is because it came from the fact that I kept seeing Busy Bum Jen like first to 100ing people. And I was like, I love that. I want to incentivize, I want to encourage, maybe not 1 to 100, but at least like a first to 10. I want our players to play each other so that they can get different experience levels and play different characters. Because even though at some point we had like 6 Sin mains, right? Like there's still some diversity in our like games and what characters, and also our diversity in matchup knowledge and competitive like levels. So it was like I needed to find a way, we wanted to find a way to encourage our team to play against each other, and also like record that and have it be a productive like feedback and like yeah. So we launched a coaching program, and then we also launched Fight Club, and Fight Club just took off like a fire because people were just wanting to throw hands left and right. So in this spring, we do an internal Fight Club where they record matches, first to 10ing each other, all of our characters. This year, it is a multi-game. It's not just Strive, but if you want to throw hands in Melty Blood or Uni or Granblue or Street Fighter or Tekken, you can most certainly do that. And in the fall, we do the bracketed version. So we encourage our players, you know, take what you learned in the first Fight Club and take it to majors. And then after you're done with your majors, let's see you in online brackets, and we'll, you know, how big is the bracket? How well did you do? And record that. And for each one of those, you either get a jersey or a merch item from our merch store.
That's cool. Yeah. So guys, join OEG. We're really cool.
True. We are really cool.
Yeah.
We get some points on the board right now, Leavc. I swear to God.
No, I'm not gonna first to 10 you. I got shit to do later.
Wait, Leavc, I know you've put us on the spot, but I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
What has been your experience with OEG? Like, what brought you to OEG, and honestly, what's keeping you here? You're goated with the sauce. We love everything about you, but
oh shit, we're going there.
You guys know I met Leavc in person.
Yeah. What? Yeah. You know, we is almost like 1 foot taller than me.
I'm like a foot taller than this guy.
Wait,
my
Wee's not that tall.
gosh.
No,
yeah,
dude, I'm not that tall.
Wait a second. I'm doing some mental math here.
Yeah.
Bro, I am
no.
not that tall.
Pariah's
Yeah,
gonna be a
but-
giant when you meet him in
Ah,
person.
jeez. Right, so you asked me, okay, originally the thing that brought me into here was I saw you guys hosting a online major which I never seen before. That was like the first couple months I've been in OE. I mean, just the FGC in general, and I say like, oh my god, this is rad as shit. I want to be a part of this. And yeah, ever since I joined, TOing, being able to help out, that shit's pretty fun. The people in here are cool. We, just saying, okay, big shout outs to Tibbers for like creating all these like different icons, for different seasons. Like now we have a Valentine's themed OEG icon. Like, gee, like that's like really cool to me, and I'm like really happy to be a part of this. So yeah, that's my thing.
We're happy to have you.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. But I will not pursue you until like.
Dude, come on. I've been asking all day. I've been asking since like noon.
Dude, I was out noon.
So was I. I was at work.
Why are you pursuing me at work? You should be
figure it out.
Yeah.
My
Alright,
CR doesn't suffer anything. You know that.
no, I do not want to play your broken ass top tier.
She's pretty good.
yeah, you
But
got
she's
it.
not FP man.
Alright. So, anything else you guys want to share? Or
I mean, I guess I can give a shout out. Leavc, thank you for having us. And
oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
we love the opportunity. I think that your YouTube channel and your podcast is an amazing, entertaining and funny, and covers great content. And like honestly, it's just like a privilege being here.
Oh, I'm flattered. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Alright, so I guess that's gonna wrap up this episode of 214H Enjoyers.
Hold on.
No, alright,
Hold on.
right, what you want?
Can we do a plus R version of 214H Enjoyers called Secret Garden Enjoyers?
Just us?
I don't know. Like you figured that out. I just have a.
What do you mean I figured that out? That's your idea. Anyways.
Our team lead, give him a project.
I don't know, you figured that out. I already got enough stuff on my hands. Feel free, if you guys are the ones who are watching this, feel free to donate some money for charity. Both the QR code and the wherever I decide to put it on the screen, I don't know yet, and the link in the description. So, any lasting remarks you guys want to have?
Join the Discord.
Yeah.
Play plus R.
Come hang out with us.
I do have plus R.
Support your local.
Support your local. That's real.
Right, I will go to the local someday, just someday, right? Something.
No, for sure.
Someday. All right. Well, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.